Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Becoming the Best Me. I am Beverly, but you can call me B or you can call me Bev. Whichever you choose is fine with me. I've been on a GLP-1 medication for weight loss for about 22 months, since January 26th of 2024. I've lost about 60 pounds. My weight has been, I don't want to call it a stall. I think my body is at a set point where it's comfortable. And I'm beginning to get comfortable with that number on the scale. I'm fluctuating between 161 and 164. This morning I was 164.4 actually. So I just think my body is at that set point because I'm trying to get under 160 and I've gotten to 160 even and the scale just goes back up. So I'm doing everything. I'm watching what I eat, exercising, I'm weight training. And I think part of the issue with the numbers is that I'm gaining muscle. That's what I want. I'm not really concerned about the scale right now. And I don't think you guys should be either, but I get it a little further along in my journey. And I know in the beginning, number on the scale was everything to me. So I get it, but just don't focus on the number only. I did a video about menopause. If you haven't seen that, I suggest you go watch it. I am currently working on part 2 and going to be putting that out shortly. Very informative. I didn't get too medically expertise on it. I just wanted to bring you the facts, but I didn't want to dig in and make it too expertise because I'm no expert. And disclaimer here, I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a girl on her weight loss journey trying to become the best me that I can be. So today I'm in my kitchen again, and I'm going to make some fried rice. I'm from the Caribbean. I'm from Guyana, and it's one of our dishes that we make, homemade fried rice. I have recently introduced rice back into my diet. Use either jasmine rice or basmati rice. Those are the only two rice I use if I'm not using brown rice or long grain rice for other dishes that we make that need rice for. So I decided to turn on my camera and share with you guys what I'm making and how I put it together. I'm going to try to do this video a little differently because I have some trouble trying to really focus on the meal or the dish that I'm preparing. I'm just going to put the camera to focus only on how I'm preparing the meal, and then I will do a voiceover and let you know what I'm doing and how I'm putting it together. Okay, stay tuned. So to put it all together, I've already prepped my ingredients. So over here, I have some bell peppers, different colors cut up, red onions, and white onions. It's just my preference. You can use onions or you can opt not to use onions. Here in the far back, I have my mixed vegetables. And here I have my rice. This is pre-cooked rice. The thing about making fried rice, you always want to use pre-cooked rice, a day or two old, because it just functions better in the meal. It's not as starchy as when you first cook it, but it depends on how you cook it. Use jasmine rice and basmati rice, and those two particular rice, how you cook it, it's more about steam than water. You use as little water in your pot. If you're doing like 2 cups, you just use enough water just to barely cover the rice. And then I put a foil over my pot, cover it tight, that seals in the steam, and I turn it down real low and I just let it do its thing. I don't usually time it, kind of know when it's done. You may want to time it. I can't give you a time on how to know that it's done. I just eyeball it. Okay, here I have my shredded chicken. I usually get a rotisserie chicken and I make the best of the rotisserie chicken, the whole chicken. It's just me that I cook for. So when I get a rotisserie chicken, I use it for different meals. So the breast portion and whatever meat was left, that's what it's is in this container. I shredded it off the bone, and this is what I'm going to use as my protein in the fried rice. So I'm going to get started. My ingredients. I'm going to get my oil for the pan. These are the oils that I use. I'm using avocado oil. I'm not sponsored. I'm going to use this sesame oil. It doesn't matter the brand. Roasted sesame oil is what gives it that kind of rich Chinese flavor. Let me get my seasonings together. We have different seasonings that we use in the Caribbean. Let me find those. In this container here, this usually comes in a plastic packing, and I have to put it in a bottle. This is also a Chinese seasoning. This is Chinese spice in this container. I use garlic powder and my onion powder. I also use, I'm going to put some minced garlic in there. Looking for my fried rice seasoning. This also comes in a plastic package, and I have to put it in a container. This is our fried rice seasoning, and it's specifically for fried rice, okay? I've got all my, I'm gonna add two other things. I'm gonna add some ground ginger. This gives it a little kick. And just a little cumin also enhances the flavor. It gives the food like a robust flavor. So I got my spices ready. I'm gonna turn the camera to the pot. And I don't measure the oil. I can kind of eyeball it and make a little circle in the middle. I know that's enough. And then this is my sesame oil. I do the same thing, circle. So it's maybe a teaspoon or a tablespoon of each. Oh, and I forgot, I do add a little bit of this. I use a little bit of that. And I'm gonna use something else that's specifically to the Caribbean for coloring. This is cassava casrip syrup. This we use as a browning sauce. And it's made from burnt sugar, and there's some other things in there. My sister brought this for me when she came from Guyana. You can just keep it. It lasts for a long time. And we use this in a lot of our cooking. It's specifically used for something called pepper pot. And that is our Christmas dish that we make during the Christmas season. It's a dish that's made of different types of beef. You can make it with turkey. Some people do if they don't eat meat, but it's usually a beef and you can use pork in it. It's a mixture of different beef, stew beef, neck bones. You can put pork in it. We cook it up with different spices, and we eat that on Christmas morning with bread. I'm going to add my stuff that I have cut up here, my bell peppers and my onions. Then first, I'm also going to add my mixed vegetables because they're frozen. I'm going to add a half cup. I think that's good enough. I'm going to add a little more. And it's just going to add a little bit more. I'm going to let that simmer down, and then I'm going to come back once that simmer down, and I'm ready to add the other ingredients. All right, I've let the seasonings kind of marinate and cook down in there. I'm gonna add my rice to it. And like I said, I have my pre-cooked rice. You see how loose that rice is? That's how you want your rice, very loose. You don't want it soft and mushy. Probably not gonna use all of this. You're gonna stir all of that in. I was trying to use this. Now for the coloring. You can use soy sauce, the Chinese soy sauce. If I'm using soy sauce, I usually use the mushroom low sodium one. Again, it's just preference, but I'm not using that today. I'm going to use this because this is natural ingredients, and it has a better flavor than and again, it's something that I'm used to, something that I've cooked with before, and I know where and how to get it. You can get this in the Caribbean stores if you want to try it. You see how thick it is? So you don't need a whole lot. You have to be very careful with it. This too can spoil your dish if you use too much of it, because it's very rich and it can overpower your meal. So you just add, you see the color, and then if you need to add some more, you add some more. The aroma, guys, the aroma, if you could smell this. Smells delicious. So you just get it all blended in there. I add just a tip of water just to let it cook down, just to soften the rice a little bit. There's no juices in there. So I'm just gonna add just a tip of water, get everything mixed in so you have a consistent color. I hate when I get fried rice and you see the pieces of white rice in between. That's just a pet peeve of mine. Like everything to be consistent color. Let you see what it's looking like in the pot. And I'm basically done. I'm just gonna just turn it up a little bit and let the rice soften up and warm up because the rice has been in the refrigerator. And that's gonna be it. We from the Caribbean, we just kind of throw things together sometimes. Whatever we have left over, we'll just take it and make a meal out of it. No big production. That's why a lot of times I don't make what I eat in a video, because what I eat in a day video, because it's kind of just whatever I have, I just throw it together and make a meal. Like this right here. This, you had some leftover rotisserie. I had some rice left over, because when I cook rice, I cook enough to last at least for the week. I'm not really meal prepping, but the things like rice or chicken, whatever meat I'm making, I make enough that I can make different dishes with it. Because like this now, I have the rice left over. I could, do this quick fried rice dish, okay? The other set of rice that I have left over, I may do something else with that. So I cook enough so I'm not cooking every day, and I can use different things for different dishes. I'm going to stop stirring because you can kind of make it mushy if you're like stirring the pot too much. I want it to be separated, so I'm just going to do this with my spoon. That helps to, keep the rice separated, kind of flaky, and not flaky, but kind of separated so it's not stuck together. So let me let you guys see what it looks like in the pot. That's what it's looking like. I'm gonna turn the fire down and just let that simmer a little bit more. Like I said, the rice was in the refrigerator, so I want to make sure that it's thawed all the way and everything is blended in and all the flavors are kicking like it's supposed to. Okay, I'm going to come back and show you the finished product on my plate and how I'm going to have it. Be back. Okay, everyone, so here is the meal. I've plated it. This is about a cup of rice, and I had a half of avocados. I'm probably not gonna eat all of this because I'm going to the gym today and have a class about 6 o'clock, and I don't like to be too full when I'm working out. So I'll probably have half of this, and then depending on what time I get back, I'll probably have the other half. If I don't have the other half, have a protein shake when I get back, and I'll finish this tomorrow. So here is the finished product. It's a homemade fried rice, and always delicious. If you guys want to try it, let me know down in the comments below if you want to try this. Can give you the recipe. Like I said, I don't measure, I just eyeball everything and tell you where to get things. I don't know where you're located. I'm in Orlando, Florida. So there's a lot of markets here. So you can get a lot of the Caribbean spices and foods and stuff. So that's it. Wanted to share with you again one of my other put together meals with what I have in my refrigerator. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share a video to someone that you think, might want a new recipe. Try something different. So, as I usually end my videos, remember, take time for life's simple pleasures and share a smile. Until we meet again, take care of yourself. Goodbye, friend.